It's been 14 years since we last saw Dr. Henry Walton in action. The famous archaeologist will hit the theaters for a fifth time next year, and fans just can't wait to see the one and only Indiana Jones again on the big screen. And while everybody's waiting for the fifth installment in the franchise, it looks like Disney is preparing another surprise, a new live-action Indiana Jones series. Stay here and find out what we know. The saga of Indiana Jones started back in 1981 with the first movie, Raiders of the Lost Ark. This was the starting point of one of the greatest blockbusters in movie history. Since then, 3 more movies were released, and now we're impatiently waiting for the 5th one. Indiana Jones movies are something that never becomes boring. We've watched them 100 times, and again. Of course, only one man is the culprit for this huge success, and that's Harrison Ford, and his remarkable acting skills.
Whoever returns the skull to the city temple will be given control over its power.
His portrayal made Indiana Jones a legendary character that will never die. Before we share the big news about Disney's plans for the future of the franchise, I'd like to make a little quick recap of what happened when we last saw Indy in action. The 4th movie in the franchise was released in 2008 after a whole 19 years of waiting. Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull is so far the best one in the series, with over $790 million in revenue against a budget of $185 million. The action took place 27 years after the hunt for the Ark of Covenant in Raiders of the Lost Ark. Here, Indy faced the Soviet KGB, who were led by the agent Irina Spalko. It's the time of the Cold War, and Russians have their warehouse in the US where they kidnap our Professor Henry Walton. The Russians are trying to gain the power to control the world via telepathy.
I miss the sea.
Indy meets his long-lost son Mutt Williams, and together they go to Peru to seek Indy's former colleague, Professor Oxley. He's lost after he found a crystal skull. They'll find Oxley and also Mutt's mother, who's Indy's ex-lover. But the danger is after them. Spalko and her army are following them to the Temple of Akafor. The evil Soviet agent will manage to take the skull from Indy and will place it onto a skeleton, and a portal will open. She'll start communicating with aliens, and her greed comes to light when she asks to know everything. The skull starts transferring knowledge into her head, but she can't handle the whole pressure, and together with her soldiers, she's sucked into the portal. Of course, Indy and his team will manage to escape from the temple. The movie wasn't nominated for many awards as the previous ones, but everybody agrees that it was the best. So the next one, that has an official release date of June the 30th, 2023, has to be much better to overcome the Kingdom of the Skull. And hit that like button below the video right now.
Touch anything.
No, really. We must believe that it will meet our expectations, especially with James Mangold in the director's chair and Steven Spielberg as the producer. And did I forget to mention it? Besides Harrison Ford, who entered the 9th decade of his life, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny will bring many great names, like Mads Mikkelsen for example, and Antonio Banderas. We have 6 more months until the premiere, and yet there's some other great news that everybody would like to hear. According to what Variety exclusively conveyed recently, Disney and Lucasfilm are looking to develop a new live-action Indiana Jones series for the Mouse House's content-surging streaming platform. There are no specific details revealed about when it will come or who will be in charge of this kind of project, but it won't be the first adaptation of Indiana Jones into a television series. Maybe if you remember that this kind of project was aired for 2 seasons between 1992 and 1993 on ABC, the show was about the young Jones, and it was named the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles.
Those days have come and gone.
Perhaps not.
At this time, 4 TV specials were made between 1994 and 1996. Back then, it was interesting to see Harrison Ford making a cameo appearance as an older Indiana Jones in one episode, but the focus in this TV series was on the character's youth, with Sean Patrick portraying the famous archaeologist. And not only Patrick, but the character was also played by Flannery and Corey Carrier at different ages. However, there's no window to report for the Indiana Jones Disney Plus project. According to some leaks, the show likely won't launch until 2024 at the very earliest. One thing is sure, it won't be launched in 2023 alongside the new movie. According to what Variety published, Lucasfilm is currently seeking writers for the show. So there's a long way off until the release date of the new show in the franchise. The future of the series will probably depend also on the success of the next movie, so fingers crossed, and let's hope that Dial of Destiny will overcome all previous stories about Indy's adventures.
Things I can't explain. And I've come to believe it's not so much what you believe.
And what can we expect from the cast crew in the new show? Well, at this moment, it's too early to speculate about some names. It depends on the direction the show is going to. If it will be another prequel story about Indiana Jones' life, then we probably won't see Harrison Ford. The actor recently said that the fifth film will be the last time he portrays Dr. Henry Walton. Do you remember that Alden Ehrenreich played young Harrison Ford in Solo: A Star Wars Story? So probably Lucasfilm will pip him again for Indiana Jones. The other possibility is for the show to be a spin-off series based on some other characters from Indiana Jones movies. This could bring back many of the original characters like Karen Allen as Marion Ravenwood or Ke Huy Quan as Short Round. And last and not least, smash that subscribe button and hit that notification bell below the video. No, really, there's also a possibility that the next show could be connected with Indiana Jones 5.
It's how hard you believe it.
Variety's article says that Lucasfilm is exploring many options to keep the franchise going after the fifth film for Indy. The show is supposed to be launched exclusively on Disney+, similar to the Star Wars shows. And that's all that's official right now. As things stand right now, we won't hear more exclusive information about the show until the premiere of the fifth film. Many things will probably depend on how the movie will pass by the audience next year. If you take a look at the first official trailer, there's no doubt that it will be a huge hit. As I already said, Indiana Jones 5 will be the last time to watch Harrison Ford in the leading role. The movie star previously was very emotional on stage as he unveiled the movie. And it's understandable, at the age of 80, it'll be too much pressure for him to join the series as a regular, but there's always a possibility that we could see another cameo of Ford in the series. If a spin-off is in a game, then the show could focus on Phoebe Waller-Bridge as she's playing a big role in Indiana Jones 5 movie. So if her role is well received by the fans, then her character could be the future of Indy's franchise. Of course, this is only speculation, and there will be many more until the show will be officially announced. And while we're waiting for any new details for the series, let's see what the first official trailer of Dial of Destiny is bringing. The information says that the movie was filmed in different places in the UK, Scotland, Italy, and Morocco. We can see that Indiana Jones 5 is somehow connected with the landing of Apollo 11 on the moon in 1969, and some scenes are suggesting that the story also takes place in World War II. Of course, some Nazis are appearing in the video, but we don't know for sure if they'll be the main antagonists in the movie or if there will be only a flashback of this period. If we summarize in the end, we can conclude that Indiana Jones saga will continue to live even after the last movie with Harrison Ford in it. That's what every avid fan of the franchise would like to hear and to be sure of it. Thanks for watching and see you next time.
What's he gonna do now?
I don't think he plans that far ahead.
I'd cover my ears if I were you.